Pleasant Valley has been way too nice to us so far. I'm almost expecting us to get mauled by an Aurora bear for getting cocky about this challenge. And by us, I mean me. Can we tiptoe to Skeeter's Ridge, do you think? Maybe? Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Challenges meta series. We are taking on the NOMAD challenge. It's going pretty damn well so far. Thank you very much. Let me just make sure that I have my bedroll to kick off the episode. Nice. So that is done, and we are ready to go. Oh, wow. It's also dawn. That's sheer coincidence, but it is dawn. It's right at the beginning of the day. So let me, before I leave here, let me put my lantern away for just a moment and open up this trunk and drop anything that I absolutely don't need in the trunk, because I have picked up some stuff that's probably not necessary. Like, I don't need 2 books on me. I frankly don't even need this much firewood. I really don't. I'm going to drop one of them. I'm going to drop the low condition pills that I have, because I've got enough pills that are high condition. Same with the antibiotics. I'm going to keep 12 of them, but I'll drop the lowest condition 6. And we do have several clothing items that we've picked up that I need to drop. So, yeah. So I'm carrying 2 cooking pots. That's not necessary. Carrying 2 can openers. I'll harvest one of them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at our clothing situation. We're going to harvest up these ragged fleece mittens. I don't actually think we're going to need to repair anything, but it's just a matter of getting rid of the things that we picked up while we have poked our heads into this area. And I think I've got enough water and other food on me. I'm not going to worry about harvesting other houses. I know I said I would, but I'm feeling optimistic about the fact that we are about to knock out Pleasant Valley in this playthrough. We're about to be done with Pleasant Valley. And there's just still that part of me that, as much as this zone has grown on me, there's always that part of me that's just going to want to leave Pleasant Valley. Because why would you stay here? That's just the question that's constantly in the back of my mind. So that is the plan. We will go ahead and head out of here momentarily. Why is it so much darker than it was a moment ago? I guess just because it's like the very beginning of the day. I guess I did have my lantern out at the beginning of the episode, but I expected it to be a little lighter after doing all that repairing. Oh, that might be why. Crappy weather. I don't know if that affects ambient light in the buildings, though. I don't believe that it does. It might. Like, if it were a bright, sunny morning right now, as the sun was coming up, maybe it would be a little bit, you know. Hang on, let me triple check that I finished. Yes, so I finished Radio Control Hut, finished Barn, finished Rural Store. So now it's just a matter of getting to Skeeter's Ridge. I will double check how much water I'm carrying just to be sure here, but I've got 0.55 gallons. I'm already encumbered, to tell you the truth. I could drop even more stuff. It's mostly food that I'm encumbered by. And I suppose fuel. And cloth. I don't need stump remover, so tell you what, let me step over here. In this playthrough, I don't. I just don't. So we're going to drop that. We're also going to drop the dusting sulfur. That's one of the ingredients that's used for gunpowder, I believe. And we're not going to be making a trip to Bleak Inlet in this particular save, so let's not hold on to stuff that is just going to be weighing us down. I'm carrying a lot of things. These pinnacle peaches I can go ahead and eat and shed a little bit of weight. Now, one downside to kind of rushing past some of the loot locations is that, you know, there's a possibility that I could be skipping past an opportunity for, like, a rifle somewhere. So I'm going to poke my head into the church. I know that sounds like a weird set of sentences, but oddly enough, you don't tend to find the hunting rifle, like, in houses. But you can sometimes find weapons set aside in the churches. Although that was in the previous loot tables. And again, that's knowledge based on the way the game was. And it might not be that way anymore. And in this case, it clearly is not. But I'm more confident that there might have been one in the church than the houses. Although, again, just based on what I just said, maybe I shouldn't have that kind of confidence at all. I'm going to keep moving, though. I would like to start heading towards Skeeter's Ridge. Also, I just heard a footstep. I don't have a firearm of any kind. I have lots of ammo. Those are deer, I believe. Yep. There are two of them, so it was a really weird shape for a moment. It threw me off. So I'm slightly encumbered. I could drop some food to shed some of the weight. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not that encumbered. It's less than 10 pounds. It's not a huge amount of slowdown. It is going to tire me out faster, but that's not a bad thing. The reason it's not a bad thing that I'm getting tired out, it's fairly straightforward, is that it enables me to sleep more when I get to the places I'm going, which passes time faster, which completes our objectives faster. So I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, Pleasant Valley. Yeah, I definitely just like double took when I looked over there. Because the doe are smaller than the bucks. And so like what'll happen is at certain ranges, until you realize their color, they will have the silhouette that I'm accustomed to in my mind. The silhouette resembles a wolf more than it resembles a deer in my long dark canon, head canon, you know? But that's not actually the case. When you look closely, you realize it is a harmless doe that makes evil noises. I think I just saw a deer right over the ridge up here. Okay, good. The weather is actually improving. Looks like it's going to be a pretty morning here in Pleasant Valley, which is appropriate. This is one of our last days in the zone. Oh, that's not a deer. Oh, why don't I have a gun? Oh, why don't I have a gun? I'm so mad now. Oh, game. Why haven't you given me a rifle? Or a bow? That's a moose. Moosin'! It's a moose. It's a moose. And I can't do a damn thing about it. I'm going to try not to piss it off either. Because it can hurt me. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. No, I don't know why I did that either. We're going to move on. But there's a... Oh, man. I'm thinking there's a slight chance that there might be a rifle somewhat nearby. Those are carrion crows, I think. There they are. Yeah, they're carrion crows. And actually, that location is where I think it's possible there might be one. So I'll go look. My memory might be playing tricks on me just because I'm so hopeful about being able to kill this moose. Let's just agree in advance as I approach this corpse. If there's a rifle here, this is going to be the most ridiculous start in the history of any challenge run ever. The amount of loot that this run has already given me. If it then gave me a rifle right when I needed one.
I'll take it.
Holy crap, can you imagine? Yeah, I just picked up a few things that frankly I don't have room to carry. Cooked rabbit. Pretty good condition, too. Let's go and eat it. Looks like we might have still held on to some of it. Let's take a look. Yep. So that could potentially attract attention. I'm going to drop it. It's just 75 calories. Not worth the risk. There is not a rifle hanging out. That's fine. Let's keep moving. Hey, woodpecker. I totally used to think, I've said this in recordings before, but I totally used to think that that sound you just heard was... Sorry, I'm just enjoying the music. But I totally used to think that sound was a bug. Until I realized, no, that's a woodpecker chipping away. I actually have video of a woodpecker, a red-crested woodpecker, the last time I was home visiting my folks. For those of you who haven't seen the comment, by the way, my dad's doing great. Thank you all for your kind words. A few people have asked about him. But last time I was visiting my folks, I actually got a video of a woodpecker. And thing is, it wasn't pecking like that, you know, in that really machine gun style manner. It was more of a tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Hey, I'm a woodpecker. I'm here. Come find me. You know, that kind of thing. Hopefully that moose will still be around. I would love to get the moose-hide satchel during this challenge run just for... I mean, just for the purposes of what we're going through right now. I'm slightly encumbered, but I don't have to be. And the moose-hide satchel would stack with the well-fed bonus, and we'd have 88 pounds of carrying capacity. There's no reason to make a trip to Ash Canyon so that we can get the technical backpack. There's just not. That would be the maximum carrying capacity. Technical backpack, which doesn't take up an inventory slot. You just pick it up and it replaces your existing non-existent backpack. I know, paradox. You pick that up, then you have the moose-hide satchel, and then you have the well-fed bonus. All three of those bonuses stack. Hello, demon. All right, so now I'm going to walk this way-ish and find my way towards Skeeter's Ridge. And I will double-check the list, because I haven't done this a lot. I've looked at the list a few times relatively quickly during the last episodes, but I'll double-check before I leave, just to make sure I'm not, like, looking at a location in my mind that I think is not in Pleasant Valley, that actually is. I will double-check that just to be sure, but I'm fairly certain, based on how much I've already looked at it, this is our last stop. I don't want to overthink a challenge this simple, but I also don't want to underthink it, you know? I want to give it its due. I want to have respect for all the challenges. Even though this one is freaking easy. Alright, that was a little better. Still a little faster than the woodpecker I saw when I went home. But yeah, I thought those were bugged sound files because of how they sound like a... They almost... If you don't know what you're hearing, it sounds like a skipping record. It sounds like a skipping sound file. Like something that should be playing, but is not. But it's not. It's a woodpecker. Now that one there is probably, I would say, hey, bunny. Is that our first bunny of the entire series? It feels like it. I think we might have seen a few in the background that I just didn't commentate on. A couple of them. Nice. Don't worry, we're not going to snap any necks. We don't need to. We've got gauntlets. There's no reason to even go for... there's no reason to go for that level of competitiveness. Okay, so in terms of gear, there's no reason to go for gear that good. Oh, I'm carrying boots that I don't need to carry. What the heck? How long would it take to harvest these? An hour, 30 minutes? No, not worth it. I don't want to stay in here for an hour. Also carrying those shoes. Yeah, that's definitely weighing me down. Silly me. All right. So funny enough, that's another MRE I found right there. Because this is the one that I ate most of already. I'll go ahead and eat the rest of it. I don't think I'll be able to. Yeah, there's still a good chunk of it left. 334 calories worth. All right, so I do want to drink some coffee. Reason being, I need to make sure my energy is ready for this climb I'm about to take. Although, I could go around the other direction and there's a way just to walk up Skeeter's Ridge. I do know that. At least I think there is, from recent playthroughs. What can I drop? What should I drop? Drop the low-condition dog food. I can drop the tomato soup because it's still my arch enemy. Let's see. I can drop one of the can openers. That's a half a pound. I can drop both of these torches for now. I don't need them. Just trying to make this climb easy. Trying to make this climb doable, I should say. I could drop the antiseptic. I'll probably find more before long. I could drop the firewood. That's probably the same. Yep, that does it. And if I climb this first one, I should have enough to climb the second one. Again, because we're playing on this difficulty level, our rate of exhaustion is going to go down faster. The crampons are helping. That's why you can see the plus icon there is actually because of the coffee. So I think the crampons might actually be helping. Yeah, that was a lot better than I was expecting. We can make both climbs consecutively. Perfect. And that's why you use crampons. They're very nice. I'm pronouncing crampons like Ron White pronounces coupon. Coupon! I don't know why. It's kind of like the first episode of the series, I said syrup. Syrup. I don't pronounce it that way, ever. I don't know anyone that pronounces it that way, ever. And yet. My brain. We haven't commentated on games in 2.5 years. Let's make up ways to pronounce things. That will help. Woodpecker. Okay. Oh, hi. Okay. Great. Alright, so there's definitely a wolf right where I need to be. Skeeter's Ridge basement. Yeah. So I could just... kind of dance with the wolf here a little bit. I don't have a means of... I do have the axe as a way of hurting him if he attacks me. Fighting back against him. I'm going around the outside here because I think there's a possibility I might find one of the cache locations, and I would like to check it while staying away from the wolf at the same time. I hear lots of carrion crows, probably because we're near the plane wreck, and so there's lots of overlapping carrion crows because there's tons of bodies, sadly. It's almost intimidating, you know? Makes you feel like you're about to get attacked. I posted a video on Twitter a while back, speaking of that last trip that I took home. So this is the way you walk up to Skeeter's Ridge. I posted a video on Twitter of crows making this much noise. It was a single flock. It was pretty nuts. I'm trying to remember the exact location where the thing spawns. And I think it's actually back around that corner, not around here. So I'm probably going farther than I need to. But I just want to triple check because I feel like it could also be right there. And it's not. Hi, dear. All right, so here's the thing. Yeah. Okay, question answered. Let's double back. I'm tired. I need to get into that basement and survive for 3 days. I've got enough food. I've got what I need. But I need to survive for 3 days in that basement. I need to get in there before the wolf gets to me. Because by virtue of being tired, the struggle against the wolf will not go as well. I am very well protected. I have an axe. It's Voyager difficulty, so it's not going to kill me. But I would prefer to avoid it nonetheless. I would rather not. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. right, I'm going to backtrack a little bit here and try and spot him. There he is. All right, let's crouch, lower our visibility a bit, and recall where the basement is. I think the basement is attached to that house. All right, he's walking away. That's perfect. I'm going to try to make it up on top of this little hill and see if I can spot the basement entrance. I think we might be at the perfect angle to get to it. It's either there or like right on the other side of this. I can't recall. I'm pretty sure it's here. That's it, right there. I can see the slanted basement entrance. Wait a minute. Hold on. I see some things laying in the snow. I'm probably going to piss off the wolf doing this. I don't care. Hey, yeah. Hunting knife. Flare. Okay. I thought that those branches, I thought one of those branches might have been a, I thought that black shape right in the middle, I thought that was the wolf coming around the corner, but it's not. I thought that black shape might have been a rifle. So I was excited. All right, so this is the basement. Those are the footsteps of the wolf. And we're going to get inside before it attacks us. Hey, all right. Let's go ahead and take the lantern out. Not because it's needed. I mean, there's light down here, thankfully. Somehow. We won't ask questions. But just because I don't want to miss anything. We are going to stay here for 3 days, and I want to have everything that I can possibly have. I'm not going to pick up the spray paint. We'll search the fridge. Hey, quality tools. Nice. There's an improvement. So even though we're just going to specific locations and not necessarily looting everywhere as we typically would, not only because we're in a challenge run, but because we're in a high loot table challenge run, even though that's happening, we're finding a lot of good stuff. Like, a lot of good stuff. I like it. Got some more decent wool long johns. Check the washer. Nothing there. Okay. Cloth. Plenty of firewood. Stump remover, which I'm not going to pick up. I don't need it. It's not necessary. Sorry. All right, there's a pry bar there. It might be better than the one I have, so I'll pick it up and we'll judge in just a second. But let's go ahead and put that away. And we will put down the bedroll. I'm going to drink that Stacy's grape soda. Too full to eat? Yeah, we're completely full. We are fine. Sleep for 8 hours. This will knock out the first third of our time. No, the first third of the first day. So it's the first 9th of our time. Done. 11 days, 8 hours, 17 minutes. Now, there is plenty that I can harvest from the stuff that I just picked up, so I might as well see what I can do here. Let's go ahead and harvest these socks. Harvest the worn jeans. Harvest the worn plaid shirt. At this point, we have like really nice gear. So even items like the plaid shirts that we would normally pause and go, nice. That we would normally pause and go, do we need to hold on to that? We wouldn't do that. In this case, there's no reason to. I've already got 2 pairs of wool long johns. So we're just harvesting items that we would normally be like, hey, let's hold on to that, because you never know. On a higher difficulty, you might save them just in case you unexpectedly lose an item, because, you know, wildlife is more damaging. Blizzards are more damaging. You know, you generally would want to make sure you held on to everything. Okay. It looks like we can drop that. We can drop this. I also love that the quality tools are lighter. That's like one of my favorite things. It's just a nice little touch to make life a little bit easier. And I appreciate it, Hinterland. Thank you. Okay. So, at this point, I'm gonna just... We're gonna pass time for 12 hours. Let me top off my thirst, just to make absolutely sure I am good there. I'll look at the list in just a moment and just think if there's anywhere where I would need to be a little bit more careful with passing time in these huge chunks as we approach the end of the challenge. But I really don't think there is. I think it'll be fine. All right, so we passed time for 12 hours. That's perfect. Let's now look at our food. Gonna eat some of the lower conditioned stuff just to avoid the food poisonings as much as possible.
I would drink almost anything about now.
I know. Okay, so that didn't do a lot because my stomach was so full that I wasn't able to eat a lot of the peaches. So I guess I'll just drink from the bottle itself. And now we will sleep for, let's say, 9 hours. We won't get that much. We'll get more like 8. That's fine. So that's our first day and then some. Let's see, we've got 1.2 days in the Skeeter's Ridge basement. Wouldn't it be funny if I wasn't in the right spot? Because I didn't actually double check when I came in. I've been double checking to make sure the names match. Like, I was so confident that I was in the right spot that I didn't even look. This is a much more specific location too. It's a basement in Skeeter's Ridge. There's one basement. You can't get this wrong. If you know you're on Skeeter's Ridge, then, you know, there's no need to double check what the name of the building is. But still, that would have been funny. All right, so now I can finish those peaches. Although it looks like I might not still. Yeah, I still have. Wow, that's hilarious. Drink a little bit more water. And I guess we'll probably, since I'm fully rested, we're going to pass time for 12 more hours. I'm going to go ahead and knock this out before the episode ends, because I would love to start the next episode, like, making a decision about where we're going next. And think through that for just a few seconds, and then go. I'll have maybe an episode or two of travel, getting there. I don't know. I'm tempted to think out loud right now about where I might go, but we'll save that for the beginning of the next episode and kind of see. We'll double check, as I said I would a moment ago, we'll double check the list at the end of this one once I'm done passing all the time and we're at our 3 days. But we'll make the actual decision on where we're going at the beginning of the next episode. All right, so not just any grape soda, down the hatch. Perfect. Let's go ahead and eat the rest of this MRE, which we should now be able to actually eat the rest of it. Perfect. That's gone. Let's eat some of these crackers. We won't be able to get all of them, but that is fine. For a second, I thought my condensed milk was stacked ×3 because I scrolled so fast that I saw the ×3 over the condensed milk, and I was like, what? Condensed milk stacks? But it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. All right, pastime. Hours to pastime. Oh, let's see. No, what I really need to do is sleep. Sprain risk healed. We are at 2 days exactly in Skeeter's Ridge basement, which is perfect. Let me now I didn't need to scroll that far. I should have just done a weight sort. That was silly of me. Let's do that. Let's pass time for the maximum amount of time. This will be half a day right here, and then we can sleep off the rest and wrap up the episode and start off on a great note with the next one. Which will be the final episode of the first week back on YouTube in a couple of years. I appreciate the warm welcome back, everyone. It's been... I'm still overwhelmed, to be completely honest, about everything. It was more positivity than I expected, and I don't say that because I am not aware of what I have with this community. I say it because I don't take it for granted. And I was gone for a long time, and I don't assume people will just wait around for me. I really don't. And so the positive response was something. It was really something. And I can't thank you enough for it. It's been fantastic. And again, this is probably going to be the last of my recording run this morning. I mentioned a few episodes back that I'm sitting down for my first recording run in a while. So I've recorded kind of a cluster to get ahead of the schedule so I can get ready to bring another series up concurrently with this one. And it's just... it's been fantastic. It's been a wonderful return so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm happy to be back. And I'm happy y'all are happy. There I go saying y'all again. Somebody pointed out in episode 1 that I used y'all more than usual, and I really have no excuse for it. I don't know why. It's just maybe the people I've hung out with digitally over the last couple of years during lockdown and during all the insanity, that just snuck into my vernacular a little bit more. Shrugged out GIF. Who knows? All right, so now 2.8 days. So that's, yeah, we're really close to the end here. I'm going to pass time for 5 hours should do it. If it doesn't do it, it'll put us right on the cusp. 4 or 5 hours. Yep, there it is. Done. Okay, with that being done, let me go ahead and sleep just to create a save point. On that note, we will stop this episode here. Again, well, you know what? Hold on. I said there was one thing I would do, which is just to be very thorough and make sure. Yeah. This is it. These are all of the Pleasant Valley locations. Everything else is elsewhere. The top 4 there are in Mystery Lake, and then the question still remains about like which abandoned lookout we're talking about. Actually, no. I remember what lookout that is now. I didn't have to read comments. I've recorded these 4 episodes in a row, so you know I didn't read comments because nobody said it yet. I remembered. I know what lookout that is. All right, so that is also going to be in Coastal Highway along with the Quonset Garage. So we've got some choices with where we'll go at the beginning of the next episode, and I will work that out when I next sit down to record. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Thanks again for the warm welcome back, by the way. I'm going to keep saying that for a while, but thank you again. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.